Hello, everybody. How are you? Grab them if you got them. You know how it goes. Again, forget the teeth because Monday I have to go get a soft realignment, they call it. I've lost so much weight that my teeth just aren't fitting and they're, whatever. Don't matter. That's not what this video is about. This video is, I'm going to start with a question. How many of you get your either magical information, your life information, your health information, whatever it is? How many of you get it from the internet? Whether it be Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, what's the Instagram, whatever it is. Reddit, I think, is one. There's so many of them. How many of you go on the internet and look up information? The reason I'm asking this is because there are some, and your magical information absolutely as well. There are some amazing creators on all sides of the board. I know that when I first got in February my teeth extracted and my dentures, I went on YouTube Versity, as I call it, and I went through amazing creators who gave you, they put themselves out there and they went from the start of their extractions on to 2 years later about their dentures and what they do and what products work best for them and blah, blah, blah. When I started my low carb diet, my Atkins diet years ago, went on YouTube, got information from some amazing people. My exercise as well. I have been using HasFit, HASFIT, for years. They have a combination of normal routine, which is to cool down the exercise. I'm sorry, the warm up, the exercise, and then the cool down. And they have it in a sitting position and a standing position. They do both. I've been using them for years. I do the sitting exercises. And for those that don't need to sit, they can do the standing. It's a 30-minute full impact workouts. I'm not endorsed by them. I don't get paid for them by any means, but it's a full impact workout for your full body in 30 minutes. I did a 45-minute today because I had a little bit of extra energy, maybe coffee, I don't know. But I mean, so there are some amazing creators out there for whatever you're looking for, whatever you're looking for. But on the other half, there are some creators that you really need to be careful of, and you really need to question whether their advice is solid or not. And why I'm saying this is, I when I was in college, whew, 2009, 2008, 2009, it doesn't matter. I was when I went to college. Like when I did my college courses, I had an amazing professor, and thank you, MS. I forgot his name, but he was an amazing professor. I can see his face. Oh, the one major thing he taught me that I got from his classes was critical thinking. That is so important in this time of our lives now, with all this information coming to you from the news, the radio. See how old I am? From other people, from other your friends, family, whatever. All those sources on the internet. So many people have so much information to share that you really have to step back and think, is this true? Look at other sources, look at reliable websites, things like that, and find out if what they're saying is true. Because with all this information, this billions and billions of information that's out there, there are always going to be people or websites or info, whatever it is, that just isn't true. And I'm saying this for a reason because I don't know if my first video I did this year, I said what my goal was. My goal this year is now the first thing I wanted to do was get rid of those teeth because I knew they were infected and they were hurting. Not because I never took care of them, brushed twice a day, gargled every day, but I have MS. It makes everything weak. My bones in my gums became weak. First thing I wanted to do this year, and I did it in February, remove those teeth and get dentures. I'm going to be 58 in May. I'm not worried about, oh, I need real teeth in my mouth. So I did that. And that was a goal that I am still working on because, like I said, as I'm losing weight, these these are temporary dentures. I'm getting my real dentures in June. If you are new to my channel, I go from one subject to another in 3 seconds flat. I love you if you stay with me, you know. But these are temporary dentures, but they still do relines and stuff until they fit me for my actual dentures. So, and right now they're in a cup with some Effordent because they don't fit. But that was a goal that I had. And the main goal that I had, other than, getting the pain out of my gums and my teeth, was strength. I wanted to be stronger. After COVID, I got COVID 2020, I got it once. And once was enough because I really thought that I was going to take my last breath in 2020. It was absolutely horrendous. I was so sick. And I refused to go to the hospital. My thought was, if I'm not going to be on this earth anymore, I'm going to, my last breath is going to be in my home with my family. Not trying to be negative, that's just the way it was. In 2022, last year, I got it twice. And yes, I am vaccinated. I am boosted. I got all that shit. Got it twice. The second one hit me hard. The first one was just like a bad cold. But because of being sick, I let myself go. Didn't eat right, didn't exercise. So I said when 2023 came around, I wanted my strength back. For those of you new to my channel and those of you who are not new, please, humor me for a minute. I have multiple sclerosis. I've had it for over 20 years. I also have a thing called supraventricular tachycardia, SVT, which is a heart condition. It causes my heart to palpitate up to 220 beats per minute. Now, for a long time, they had put me on this. They would come with the ambulance and shoot me up with adenosine, which stops your heart for like 5 seconds to reset it. Can't even tell you how many times I had that happen. In 2009, they did what they call a cardiac ablation. They go in with a wire and they zap your heart to regulate it. They had to do mine 7 times. And finally, it went normal and I didn't have any problems. I'm on metoprolol to keep it regulated. But I know, honey, but I'm talking. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. That's Alice. In 2022, when I got that second COVID, it kicked it back in. The first time since 2009, I needed an ambulance to come here to get my heart rate to slow down. It happened, what, 2 or 3 times after that, but now it's fine. Now it's back to normal where it should be. I also have a disease called JCV positive, which is in my brain. That is due to the Tisabri that I took for over 10 years for my MS. It can cause PML, which is a fatal disease, but I was blessed to have the disease just lower from that called JCV positive. All it really does is give me vicious migraines. If I'm really fatigued, it gives me very bad migraines. It doesn't affect me cognitively, but gives me migraines. I am a diabetic. Did that to myself. I have lymphedema in my legs. It's not really bad now because I'm exercising again, but At one point, my legs were so swollen and my feet so swollen that if you even touched them like this, the imprint would be there forever. Well, it's like I'm anemic. I have in the nerves in my eyes. I had optical neuritis 20 years ago and it caused damage. What else? Oh, there's more, but it doesn't matter. All these diseases have caused me, and I'm obese. That is a disease. I am obese. All these things have caused me to be weak. My legs are weak. That is Lilith behind me. I love her, but I don't want to keep using her. So this year, and I told you I digressed, here, there, and everywhere else. I decided that I'm going to get stronger. I'm going to lose weight, not to look like a supermodel. Those days have long been over, but to be stronger, to lose weight and exercise. And that's what I did. I am on Ozempic for my diabetes, and it really does help regulate my food. I'm a food addict. That's another thing you can add to the repertoire there. I just eat and eat and eat, whether I'm full or not. Now I don't. I haven't for, it's been 5 months. It's been 5 months I've been on the Ozempic. I don't get hungry. And I'm not advocating Ozempic either. I'm not any medication, any advice I'm putting up on here. I'm not advocating for anybody. You talk to your doctors. I'm not one. I put it right out there. I don't play one on YouTube. I don't play one off of YouTube. I'm not a doctor. I was a CNA for 25 years, but that certainly doesn't make me a doctor. But I'm on the Ozempic, and for me, it's working. For me, it's working. I've lost 65 pounds so far. 65 pounds. But I'm also working out with the HasFit workouts every single day. I do 30-minute workouts. Like I said, they're full body workouts, do them every day. And, I did a 45-minute today because I had a little more poof energy. There was a 45-minute one there that I decided, okay, we'll give this a shot. I have 4-pound weights that, anyways. And you're thinking, well, when are we going to get to the internet shit? I know it's coming, hold on. But anyways, getting stronger was the main goal on top of this for this year. And so far, I can walk from here to my kitchen, which is 40 feet. Last year, that would have been unheard of. Unheard of. I can wash the dishes, I can pull something out of the refrigerator, do things like that, and then come back. And I don't get winded. If I had tried that last year, I would have been on the floor. But it's slowly progressing. You know what I'm saying? So here's to why I'm talking about your information on the internet. Now, like I said, I got my dentures. I went on DentureTube, Denturiversity. Went on YouTube, looked at everybody that has had dentures and the ones that showed from start to finish, what to expect, what you can expect, what to happen, what products to take, and I watched a bunch of them. And I took what worked for me. I took what I believed. I took what worked for me. The people that I thought were just, not getting it right, I walked away from that. Now here's why this video was actually supposed to be started and it's 14 minutes in. I was on TikTok today, and no, it was not Witch Talk, it was TikTok. And I saw this man who claims to be a doctor. I didn't see it in his credentials on TikTok, but whatever. Got the white coat like he's a real doctor. You know what I'm saying. And he is saying that exercise does nothing for your longevity. It's a waste of time, and all you need to do is nutrition. I'm calling that half bullshit. Okay, half bullshit. And there's a reason for that. I know from my own personal body. Yes, I have been very careful about what I'm eating. I'm being very careful about my nutrition. I have cut out as much sugar as I can, not completely. I have not gone completely sugarless like I did in 2018, I think. But I've drastically cut it out. And I'm eating smaller portions because, again, the Ozempic. And again, talk to your doctor. Doesn't mean it'll work for you. But I also know I wasn't losing hardly any weight because I would sit in my wheelchair or sit here. And it wasn't until about 2.5 months ago, it was 2.5 months ago, I said, you know, what the hell are you thinking? You know how to do this. You've done it before. I lost like 130 pounds the last time I lost weight. It wasn't on Ozempic, just no sugar, no carbs, doing the HASFit exercises. So I went back into I have my, the watch later things, and I have a whole list of the HASFit seated exercises, and I started doing them. That's when the weight started pounding off. That's when I started losing the weight more quicker and healthier, I believe. And I'm stronger. I can move my legs better. I can walk better. I still can't walk from stop sign to stop sign in our street, which is quarter of a mile, I want to say. I can use my walk. I have a walker that has a seat. So if I do that and I sit in intervals, I can do it, but it takes me about 45 minutes, but I can still do it. So I'm getting stronger. But think about this when you're exercising, it makes your heart stronger, which makes you live longer. It makes your muscles stronger. It makes your physical body stronger. It makes you mentally stronger. How can you say that does not help your longevity? And I'm not saying that exercise alone, it's a combination of both. I mean, he was part right. It's nutrition and exercise. It's what you put in your mouth, it's what you exercise off. I mean, if you just eat shit food all day long and then you do a 30-minute exercise, it might help a little bit, but you ain't going far. But he said, don't bother. He basically said, don't bother exercising because it's a waste of time and it does nothing for your longevity and it doesn't help you. And these are the people that I'm talking about on these internet sites. They're armchair encyclopedias with nothing in the pages. That's how I always say it. They've got blank pages in their encyclopedias while they're sitting there telling you what you're supposed to do. In magic, the same way. There are some incredible witches that you can learn so much from. And not everybody's going to agree on who those incredible witches are. But there's a lot of incredible witches out there. And then there are some that, are just on these sites just to be on these sites to get views or whatever. I don't know. It was, I have to share this. I'm not saying it for any kind of stupidity, but my husband got on he's on my YouTube. And he goes, wow, you got 500 and something subscribers. And I go, really? I thought I only had like 300. He goes, no, I had no idea. I don't look. I do look at the comments because I feel if you're sweet enough to leave a comment, I am going to respond because that's just the right thing to do. But as far as how many I had no idea. So thank you all for being here. I'm a nutcase if you haven't, I go around story here, there, and everywhere else, but I love you. But this is the thing. There are some people that just come on these sites just to be on these sites. I come on if I think I got something important to say, if I just want to say hi. I don't go, I can't work anymore because of all my diseases, but I still like to interact with people. So that's why I come on here. I talk to people on Facebook. I have family and friends on there and whatever. And again, I'm digressing. See how this goes? It's just amazing. It's amazing how Brenda Crozier brain works. But always, and I guess I'm 20 minutes in, and really the thought of this video was, when you are watching any of these sites, any of these people, always do critical thinking. Always look and say, does that sound right to me? Does that sound true to me? And if it doesn't, go on and look at other people and see what you believe. I mean, first and foremost, I have to do a little bit of a redaction here on that whole statement. If you have any medical condition that you are concerned about, before you even turn on your computer, you call your physicians, you call your doctors, cardiologists, whoever you have. You call them before you do anything on the internet. That is the most important thing to do, because they went to school for this, they get paid for this, your insurance is paying for this. Talk to your doctors first. Then, after they give you your information, you can go on and be like, okay, I wonder how many other people have this. I have what they call a diabetic ulcer on my right foot. And it's a little hole on my foot. It's been there for years. It's never going to go away. But after my doctor saw it, he's like, do raw honey and a bandage. A, one of those big, hold on, people. I have all my crap right here. Yeah, I thought I did. I use these. Not endorsing, just telling you. I put this on it. It's not very big, but it's never going to go away, no matter how much I try to lose the sugar. It's just there. So I put raw honey. I clean it really well, put raw honey on it. Now, I went on YouTube and I saw other people with the same ulcers on their feet, and they showed how they do it, how they put the honey in, how they do this, what some use colloidal silver. That's never worked for me, but anyway. But this is what I'm talking about. Always, if it's a medical issue, absolutely get your medical advice from your physicians first. You do realize I'm talking over here, right? What you doing, little girl? My Alice. And then go on the internet and go, okay, how many other people have this disease? SVT is not hugely common. So I went on and I saw other people and other medications that they use. As a matter of fact, I want to tell you how I got on Ozempic. I was on Farxiga, and the Farxiga was not working for me. As a matter of fact, it was making me sicker. And I went online and I saw a thing for Ozempic. This was 5 months ago, whatever it was. And I saw this thing and they were talking about how it makes you lose weight, it drops your A1C, blah, 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 blah. So I saw that information and then talked to my physician and said, the Farxiga is not working. What about this? And he's like, all right, we'll try that. It works a lot better. I dropped my A1C from 7.8. Sorry, guys. It's spam. From 7.8 to 6.1. The Ozempic that was the main reason I went on it. Yes, to lose weight, but also that. But the benefit is I'm losing the weight. But I saw a ad, whatever it was, for Ozempic on the computer, and I said, let me talk to my doctor about that. And it turned out that it worked. But if my doctor had said, well, there's case studies, whatever, that it doesn't really work, then I wouldn't have bothered. But you can always ask questions, critical thinking, always find out if it rings true to you. And this is true in any part of your life, whether it's your magical life, your medical life, whatever it is, whatever you have. These internet sites, my MS, you're gonna have to forgive me. YouTube, Facebook, all this TikTok, whatever. They're great tools to learn, to get information from. but never take it at full face value. Like I said, this doctor that claims he's a doctor, which I don't believe, said that don't exercise. It does absolutely nothing. And I'm here to tell you that's bullshit. Complete bullshit. Because for me, with all my medical issues, if I wasn't doing that 30 minutes a day, I wouldn't be able to walk 40 feet. And yes, and nutrition is absolutely important too. It's a combination of both. But he's just saying dismiss exercise altogether. And it's like, what the, dude, I can see you have, but All right, guys. I've rambled long enough. Hopefully, you've put all the pieces of the stories together and yeah, yeah. You know how I am. I love you so much. I hope you have a great week, a great weekend if I don't talk to you before Monday. Take care. Bye bye.